wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Jet, we Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. To the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like them other guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Miggy for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring, son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, we back.
Yo,
Appreciate you for reaching
you a
out.
star.
I'm like, hey, it's outspoken. A lot changed. Granted, the concept we still hosting. Giving you the fix you need when on the screen. The veteran, Captain Petty, giving you medicine. Come tap in. You know Scott gon' do what he do. Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they land people are so glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal, could rhyme here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some call him Scott, the best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know, but if you don't, then you're lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Break it down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say I can't stand. It's outspoken.
Hey, backpack. I think we got another one.
Woo! We have
Happy Tuesday to all you Bammers out there. You already know what it is. You already know it's your boy Scotty back with another one. You're watching Outspoken and can't do without my brother from another. Hey, get over my boy Perry White.
I told you didn't have to do me like this every time.
Oh, goddamn.
That's the one. That's the
What
one.
What is going on, P? Talk to me.
Man, not much, man. How you doing this week?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Mighty fine. As the NMO people say, mighty fine, mighty fine.
That cold weather that pushed out of Louisiana, man, and it's 60s, knocking on the door close, maybe the 70s, but that 19, 20, and all that's out the way now.
That's gone.
That's gone. That's gone.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday afternoon. Great midday show for Outspoken. Like I told you guys earlier, this will be the last show, probably of the month of January for me. I'm got some stuff going on, so going to be out of commission, packing this all up as I get after I get off this show. So we gonna try to go out with a little bang. All right, go out with a little bang. So it is what it is. Listen, you already know there's a lot of stuff that came down the pipe. Got SWAC schedule releases. You got SWAC basketball. Got NFL playoffs. We touching it all today. But you know, we got to start with a little hot and viral before we go there. Make sure, hey, listen, my God book still hot. Get your pre-order. My boy Jason Gibson's book is out. Get your pre-order today. Okay, get your pre-order today. And also, this is also sponsored by Elite 15 Coffee. Everything we do here on Outspoken is elite. Make sure you go get you a bag of Elite Coffee, Elite 15 Coffee. The link is in the description below. One of the finest, and when I say the finest, one of the finest brands of coffee.
Tell them to send me a stack of that.
I surely will. I surely will.
That's a good Christmas. That's a good birthday gift, Christmas gift. You know,
it is the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? Nice little
that's a good gift to give.
You know what I'm saying? Nice little sippity sip. You know what I'm saying? So make sure we get into that. Let's get into a little hot and viral. Let's get a little hot and viral. And listen, we talked about it earlier. The official announcement was today. Boom, Orange Blossom Classic is in full effect. Kendra, the director, made it. I mean, breaking news. What did we talk about that last week? We talked about this. Did we talk about this a week ago? Because what we did
2 weeks ago,
maybe even 2 weeks ago. That's how far ahead of the curve we are in these streets. But listen, what I want to talk to you about is the fuss on Twitter. A lot of people are saying this is a Celebration Bowl preview. Now we talked about the thoughts of the game. My question is the parody. No pun. The parody.
that's funny now, huh? You a comedian? Yeah, we didn't bring your name up when he was talking about it.
The parody in the SWAC right now. Could you see this being a Celebration Bro preview, my good man?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. We talked about this some time back, looking at it, and I said maybe not from the audience when you look at fans showing up to the stadium, but football-wise, this is a possibility. Alabama State last year only lost one game in the division, and guess who it was to? It's to Florida A&M. Other than that, Absolutely. They won every game in that division. And when you look at North Carolina Central was what? The same way like Bama State. One game out of it. That last late game in the season, lost to Howard, put them out of there and put them in the FCS playoffs. So you're looking at two teams, maybe if something swing a different way for one weekend. Both these two teams have possibilities of being in the Celebration Bowl last year. So if you get those two teams here, and I think you really have to look at Eddie Robinson, Gene, Alabama State with the addition of your boy Andrew Body. You know that now.
You're not saying it right, Perry. Come on, man. You get everybody. You gotta put some oomph on it, man.
You help me out. Show me how to do it.
Andrew Buddy! That's how you gotta do it, man. Golly, we 2 years into this. You gotta know how
I
to
feel
do
like
it.
every time you do that, so it's a dude that I watch named Tabata Mitch. I don't know if you watch the Madden guy.
Oh, he be like, ah.
Yeah. And when he do
When
it,
he
it's like it blows up and everything else. That's you. That's what you need from now on when you talk about Andrew Body. You need all that flame around you, then you need a bomb blow up.
he do like the whine. He got like the purge sirens in the background. And everything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to the whole mystique. You know
You
what I'm
got
saying?
to, man. I didn't know if you watched Tabata, but I watch
Yeah.
it for the entertainment factor. I don't even be giving a damn about the game of Madden itself. But he is
Yeah.
totally entertaining the way he talk to people and the way he carry on.
Yeah,
But
he fits your scheme because he be dropping the N word like it ain't nobody business, boy. He be God, dog.
I've been noticing the show lately. You've added a lot of shows a lot of music with the N word in it, a lot of
yeah,
drops.
yeah.
And I thought about, I said, am I a bad influence on Scotty?
Somewhat.
It's okay.
You know, peer pressure is real.
It's all right, nigga. We gonna be okay.
I told y'all niggas.
See, that's what I'm saying. You like shit like that. That's what I know. It's okay.
People love that drop though. They be like, "Oh, Scotty, man, I love that drop, boy. I love it." Wait, go ahead, yeah.
But nonetheless, man, when you look at this matchup, I just like Eddie Robinson Jr. versus Trey Oliver football-wise. The biggest question, I don't think is going to be for Alabama State with the addition of Andrew Body on offense. You already know pretty much what they've been able to accomplish on defense for the past couple of years. The question is going to be with North Carolina Central now that Davius Richard is gone, their big-time dual-threat quarterback. Where do they go from here? Because that offense was pretty much wherever he went, that team went. And I think that's going to be the biggest question in the offseason. How do you replace a guy that was so offensively sound for you, no matter if he used his legs or his arms to try to replace that offensive production? I think that's going to be the biggest question mark for North Carolina Central this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And me and the local Eagle there, Josh from HBCU Nightly, we got into it over Twitter, and I pretty much said you had a mass exodus. Like, you know, starters are gone, your starting quarterback's gone, and he's like, hey, you know, we develop players. I'm like, hey, listen, yo, you think it's plug and play, okay? This ain't. First of all, he's lucky this is an out of conference game, so it doesn't really affect anybody, win, lose, or draw. You get what I'm saying? So they straight on that. But at the end of the day, and let's be real, they only got to win 5 games.
I mean, season don't start to Halloween, and you saw how much it affected them. They started playing Halloween. 2 weeks later, they lost the game, and they go the whole season.
The season over, right? And then if you look at the whole metroplex of the MEAC, South Carolina State's in a rebuild. Delaware State has Lee Hall. That's enough said. Norfolk State, behold, green and gold. They're on the year 2. They're on the year 2 of the young guys.
I may have been 1 year too early. I think I'm gonna hold it, but I think this might be that year where they actually what I'm looking for. I was a year too early.
Morgan State is a quarterback away. You know what I'm saying? And Howard is pretty much run first and, you know, throw later. So, you know, we'll see what that all looks like. But once again, you only got to win 5 games. And next thing you know, magically you're in the Celebration Bowl. So it's not too much to that. But
you can't be arguing with them passionate North Carolina Central fans, man. You can't.
Yeah, they passionate, boy. They passionate. You know what I'm saying? They passionate. But, you know, for NCCU, it's very simple to me. It's like, you know, for them to go back to the Celebration Bowl with losing an All-American quarterback, I'm not going to lie. That would be one hell of a job by Trey Oliver. You know what I'm saying? I think stepping into that space and stepping into that lane without your All-American quarterback and trying to find the next guy up, that takes some serious deal coaching. So,
you got to put them hard, I don't think, in the MEAC. The MEAC traditionally, when you've looked around, Davius Richards was one of those that was different compared to those other teams of the past because their quarterbacks don't give you eye-popping numbers. MEAC quarterbacks are nothing more than simple game managers. It's nothing exciting, really. That's why Davius Richards stood out so much in the MEAC. But when you go back and you look at the big-time names compared to the SWAC, that's why I always say you want the real difference. The SWAC, we focus on the skill positions and who the quarterback. That's key in the SWAC. In the MEAC, half the time you can't name me 3 starting quarterbacks in that conference, and there's only 5-6 teams. You can't name me Morgan State, Delaware State. Well, you knew Howard's, we knew South Carolina State, but those quarterbacks are not eye-popping. You know, they're game managers. Those teams are run first. We're going to beat you up in the trenches, and we're going to force you to make a mistake and take advantage of it defensively. And if you have the edge on special teams, because that's what I liked about Morgan. Morgan had an edge on special teams that I thought could have helped them get over the hump. It just didn't seem to be enough offense to at least balance it out. But those teams, I think North Carolina Central can get by. They just have to make sure that that running back room is going to be stable for them.
I agree. Listen, you know, one thing about Jack State fans, boy, they switch up more than Dennis Rodman's hair. I swear to God. Now, Mr. Emotional, you already know from the mass meetings. And you know, listen, Barry, if you want to sit this one out and you want to let me have this one, this is totally fine. You know,
is it personal or something?
Oh no, it's not personal. I'm just making a statement, right?
Oh, okay,
so Mr. Emotion says, here it is, y'all enjoy. Now, not too long ago, because I got the video evidence, these were the same Bamas saying that they was gonna be in said game. Now, let me pull up my Palm Pilot and bring this to you all's remembrance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as in the Bible, it says, as long as you remember, do this in remembrance of me. That's what the good book says. So let me bring this up real quick. See if I can find it.
Who is this woman looking all heavenly and it's all white?
Oh, that's Miss Kendra.
Okay.
But we wanted Jackson State before the.
So this is an interview with said mass meeting, and listen to what Mr. Emotional says.
Coach Prime, just because you all have always led the FCS in attendance.
I got a question about that.
The value of the brand back then.
So about that, right? I know you can't. There's some changes coming. We know that FAMU is not going to be, and I know you probably can't go into that, but I do have a question though. Do you know who we're going to be playing without telling us who we're going to be playing?
I do.
All right, good deal. So I just wanted to get that out there that it was already done. We having some fun with it.
Now, how can something be already done? How can something be already done? And now it's, here it is, y'all enjoy. And then the next tweet is like, oh, yeah, you know, Jackson State, we backed out. We didn't want to be a part of it. Just 3 months ago, you talking about it's already done. Listen, man, y'all Pothole State fans, y'all gotta stop this, man. Y'all gotta stop these lies and these false narratives. Y'all must be spreading to people and getting people behind this foolishness, because it ain't true. Okay, just want to make that very clear. It ain't true, right? Y'all supposed to be insiders. Y'all Bama's supposed to be insiders, and y'all outside the club. You can't get it. I don't get it. But you know, to each his own. Perry, want to ask your opinion about this. What you think about this? The worst two teams in the NFL should play a Thursday night before wild card weekend. Winner gets the first overall pick in the draft. I read this. I said, hell yeah. That's good TV right there. That is good TV. What you say?
You know, when I saw this, I actually was going to send this to you. It's crazy how the minds think alike, right? Hey. I was going to send it to you. Then I just kept scrolling. I was like, you know what? Nah. But, you know, one instance of me say, how much bad football do I really want to watch and do I care? You know, this is almost the same instance now when you move forward with college football and now you move to a 12-team playoff. And it's like, do the other bowls even matter at this point? You know, people going to sit out. They're not going to really play to their full. This basically a scrimmage game of two teams. Is nobody's really playing to win or like they care. Somebody's got to win, but nobody really cares. And I looked at this and I was like, well, people care. I know who will care, Vegas, right? Because at the end of the day, the gambling side of things, I don't give a damn if they just had Perry and Scotty flipping coins. Somebody willing to bet that 50-50 that is either going to be heads or tails, right? So I think gambling-wise, this will be good for the world of all the online sports betting and whatever in Vegas. But for me, what? You're going to be the quarterback playing out there for a guy to possibly come in and be your replacement?
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
God.
Bryce Young, you go out there and play, and they get the first pick, and then guess what? They finna get your replacement.
Yeah, I'm throwing ducks. I'm throwing ducks. I'm out there. I'm out here. You thought I played for the Redskins? I'm out there. You know,
Players can sabotage the team now.
that's fair. That's fair. I didn't think about. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think about it like that because what I didn't like is I didn't like the fact that you could tank and get it right. Like that. That's the reason why I like the concept of it is that you can't just tank and just not play or sit players out and just say, oh, just because we lost, we're going to get it. And when you get into a situation like this where you got to have it to get it, I do think that there is some validity to somebody. I think there will be interest in it. If I get it that it could be bad football, and it probably will be some bad football, but I do believe, and it's sad that they got the Commanders there. They're not even the worst team. Like that's really bad. But I just I would like it. I would watch it because I love football that much, and I think it's an interesting concept to come up with to say, hey, listen. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-whoop. Like, you got to, whoever wins this gets the number one pick. I think that's an exciting matchup, regardless of the fact. But that's just me, though. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying, and I can see how
it's exciting for the two fan bases in particular. This wouldn't gather for me a national audience because people are going to be mad because they want their team with a certain draft ranking, So to me, I think this will just be for the two fan bases that's participating in it. I don't think this will get a national audience. This will be a regional game of the two teams that play. But if you're looking for that national audience, I don't think this will gather that national audience like people will think. Because how often are you watching teams that's not even in your division that may be the lower tier teams in another division?
Oh, negative. I'm not watching that.
Right.
But I think the asset of it going for the number one pick, that's what draws you in. Like, hey, who about to come out with this number one pick? That's the only thing. It's no different than people watching, and Dre put it on here, the draft lottery, right? Some people don't have their team don't have no chance of winning it, but people watch the draft lottery just to see who got the number one pick. I don't know if the NFL should go to a draft lottery. I'm not a fan of the draft lottery. I hate that thing. I really do. I know there's been some historical moments of teams that should not have gotten or had the least chances and got the number one pick, right? But I'm just not a fan of the draft lottery. That's just me personally.
I like the idea of football being played, but I don't want to watch the two worst teams playing for participation trophy and basically say you get the first draft. Me personally, I would not want to watch that type of football. Not especially when you get the playoff wild card divisional games. I don't want to watch the two worst teams play.
I wouldn't mind it. That's just me.
I mean, I'm sure if the Cowboys get in it, you will watch it.
I'll watch it if they were or they weren't. If they go for the number one pick, I damn sure be. I'd be like, I'd be locked in, boy. I'd be locked in. I'm like, how you drop that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we this close to the number one pick.
And why I don't like it because it then gives team general managers and coaches, if they want to think that, like you said, the season to fall into that spot. What if they're a team and they looking ahead to make a business decision like, well, we may be one game out from missing it and that's a game that's winnable. They said, well, you know what? Let's just lose these last. Shit happens when you get opportunities to be able to move up and get business decisions. I don't like it for the sport because I think at some point you will start to see something down the line happen that is going to be unprecedented. We're going to be like, this is taking the integrity of the game. I feel the way that this business is ran that I wouldn't put nothing past nobody in terms of these billionaires when it comes to making money and these coaches to put themselves in opportunity to be able to one up another program.
That's fair. Blue says, I still want to see regulation model have the FCS national champ play the worst team in FBS for a spot in their conference. I'm always been a fan of that. I've always thought that should be a part of sports in general. G League going to the NBA. I mean, any aspect, because soccer does it so well, where they have different levels and you drop and you compete against the worst team and the best team and all that type of thing. So I absolutely agree. I just don't think that when it comes to certain billionaires and they run, they're not going to go for that. You know what I'm saying? But college football, I'm absolutely all for it. Absolutely all for it. Because what's funny to me is that worst FBS team, could they run the table and go to the FCS championship? That's the real kicker, right? Like, you drop down, you come in, Could you run the table in the playoffs to get yourself back in that position?
I mean, you look at Idaho. Idaho was a team that was an FBS team, right? They dropped back down and went to FCS. You haven't heard nothing in terms of Idaho making a semifinal or a national championship game. And I mean, they were an FBS program that dropped down. I mean, they just could not stay at that, maintain that level of just group of five. So I don't think it's that easy.
Nah, I don't. Because you got to be playing at an elite level, and make sure you get some elite coffee. The Elite 15 coffee brand, link in the description below, have the top-notch elite brand. You know, we skip it over like regulation models over here at Elite because just do things at a very high level. All right, make sure you get some elite coffee. Description below. All right, let's get into a little bit of SWAC basketball. SWAC basketball recap. Listen. It looks like the Jackson State homecoming. Like everybody, I mean, Jackson State just can't lose, right? Now, I've seen a couple of different models. I've seen Alabama State above Jackson State, and I've seen Jackson State below Alabama State. I've seen two different models, so it is what it is. But these are your top five: Jackson State, Alabama State, Grambling, UAPB, and Bethune-Cookman University. Perry, what you got on them?
You know, whatever you saw, probably because it was alphabetical order. That's why they probably put Alabama State, since they both got that same conference record. But you look at overall in this weekend of SWAC basketball on the men's side, and Jackson State, let's start with them. They're at the top spot right now. They took on Prairie View. Jackson State lost this game against Prairie View 71-62. The Tigers in this game shot 20 of 52 for 38%. They were 4 of 17 from the three-point line, and they shot 18 of 28 from the free throw line. For Prairie View, the Panthers being able to get a dub, 27 of 63 shooting for 42%, 4 of 18 from the three-point line, and 13 of 17 from the free throw line. PV was able to get 40 points in the paint against Jackson State in this ball game, and that's how they ultimately got the win down in the paint, being able to outdo the Tigers of Jackson State. Then Jackson takes on Texas Southern. They get the big victory in this one, 73-64. The Tigers shoot 23 of 58 for 39%. They were 5 of 19 from the three-point line and shot 22 of 25 from the free throw line, Scotty. For Texas Southern, they were 21 of 56, shooting 37%, 5 of 20 from the three-point line, and 17 of 25. Prairie View hands Jackson State their first conference loss on the season. As we move on, let's look at Alabama State. Guess what? They had a weekend off. Didn't play anybody on Saturday or on Monday. So below Alabama State, Grambling, Southern and Grambling, the Bayou Classic on the hardwood. This was up in North Louisiana. Grambling being down 39-31 at halftime, find a way to get a victory, 79-62 in this ball game. Grambling finds a way to shoot 23 of 50 for 46%, 8 of 17 from the three-point line. They shot 25 of 34 from the free throw line. For Southern, shooting 22 of 55 for 40%, 2 of 17 from the three-point line, Scotty, and 16 of 20 from the free throw line. Grambling outscored Southern in the second half, 48-23 to get that victory, 79-62. We move below Grambling because both Southern and Grambling had Monday off. The next team up, the Golden Lions of UAPB, took on FAMU on Saturday. UAPB getting a 2-point victory, 99-97, a high-scoring game between the Rattlers and the Golden Lions. UAPB shooting 30 of 53 for 56%, 15 of 28 in this ball game from the three-point line, and 24 of 33 from the free throw line. The Rattlers 39 of 72 shooting for 54%, 10 of 23 from the three-point line, and 9 of 12 from the free throw line. FAMU largest lead in that game was 14, but UAPB finds a way to get it done by 2. Monday night, UAPB and Bethune-Cookman go at it. UAPB gets the victory 76-72. UAPB 24 of 51 in that game, shooting 47%, 11 of 30 from the three-point line, and 17 of 20. And on the other side, that was Bethune-Cookman's game Monday. Bethune-Cookman on Saturday was in Itta, Mississippi, in which they took on Mississippi Valley State. Bethune-Cookman wins 80-64. Bethune-Cookman shoots 22 of 45 for 48%, 2 of 8 from the three-point line, and 34 of 44 from the free throw line. Bethune-Cookman gets that win in Itta, but lose in Pine Bluff. And as you see your SWAC standings, Jackson State, Alabama State, Grambling all at 4-1, and the teams one game behind at UAPB, Bethune-Cookman, and Southern at 3-2. You're going to start to get some separation here soon as we start to get mid-conference season. And this is just week 3, so there's still plenty of ball to be played on the men's side.
Has Grambling and Jackson State played yet? They haven't played each other, have they?
Not to my knowledge. I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. This tournament should be pretty darn good. I'll tell you that much. Some really good basketball being played. All right. Once again, Jackson State, top of the standings. Grambling, Southern, Bethune-Cookman, UAPB, Alabama A&M. Shout out to the young lady. I think Amaya. I think she just got an NIL deal with Snickers. So shout out to her at Alabama A&M. Just got the NIL deal with Snickers. What you got on it, P?
Week 3 women's basketball around the conference, and let's start with Jackson State at the top of the mountain. They get a big victory, 91-54 over Sandy Pugh and Prairie View. Jackson State shoots 32 of 66 in this ball game for 48%, 6 of 15 from the three-point line, and 21 of 32 from the free throw line. Jackson State in this ball game, 40 points in the paint to Prairie View's 18 points in the paint. So this showed how dominant Jackson State was, banging for the ball in the paint. All right, then on Monday, they take on Texas Southern. Jackson State, once again, big victory, 75-50 over Texas Southern. 25 of 67 in that ball game, shooting 37%. The Lady Tigers also 3 of 21 from the three-point line. And Jackson State women's basketball, 22 of 26 from the free throw line. 2 big blowout victories over the weekend for Jackson State as they remain unbeaten on the women's side. Then we move down to Grambling. Grambling and Southern. 2 teams right there neck and neck battling for second place. And Grambling women completely dominated this ball game from start to finish. The Grambling State women's basketball team get the victory 69-45 over their rival, Southern University. Grambling shooting 22 of 50 in this game for 44%, 9 of 20 from the three-point line, and 16 of 25 from the free throw line. For Southern in this ball game, 18 of 59 shooting. They struggle shooting only 30%. 5 of 18 from the three-point line and 4 of 14 from the free throw line. Grambling led 49-19 at halftime in that ball game, and they never looked back. All right, let's keep it going. Let's talk about Bethune-Cookman, right? The women's basketball team on the road at Mississippi Valley. They get a victory 76-57. Bethune-Cookman shoots 27-64 for 42% in that game. 7 of 16 from the three-point line and 5 of 36 from the free throw line. He got knocked down some more free throws. Cookman.
5 of 36. What was it moving?
15 of 36. Did I say?
I said 5 for 36. Goddamn, was a basket moving? Like
15 of 36, excuse me. But guess what? They get a victory at Valley, then they go over to Pine Bluff and they upset the Golden Lions. They take down UAPB, Bethune-Cookman 73-70 over UAPB. Bethune-Cookman women's basketball game, shooting 27 of 76 for 35%, 6 of 16 from the three-point line, and 13 of 26 from the free throw line. UAPB women's basketball team never led in this ball game as they shot 28 of 72 for 38%, 8 of 25 from the three-point line, and 6 of 14 from the free throw line. And then on Saturday, UAPB's women's basketball team got a huge victory over Florida A&M. UAPB 85, Florida A&M 62. UAPB women's basketball team shooting 32 of 58 for 55%. 4 of 14 from the three-point line and 17 of 24 from the free throw line. Fam, you never led in that game. And, of course, Alabama A&M was off this week, but Jackson State still at the head of the pack at 5-0, Grambling 4-1. Then everybody else in line 2 games out, Southern, Bethune-Cookman, UAPB, and A&M from there.
I'm not going to lie to you. That UAPB is getting worse and worse game. Like that Jackson State UAPB game is looking worse and worse because the way Jackson State is handling everybody, and when I mean everybody, I mean everybody. And now you're like UAPB is falling off, and you're just like, oh man, like y'all supposed to be like, y'all supposed to be the matchup, and it's not. I'm not. You saw what I did that there. You saw how I did that there, but I'm not feeling it right now. Like I'm planning my trip to go. I was planning a trip to go down there to check the game out, but
You notice how Jackson State whooping everybody ass and it ain't even close?
Whooping it. It's not it's at UAPB, babe. It's not at Jackson. She turned her head around so fast.
No, go to Pine Bluff. Come on now.
Yeah. It's at the Bluff. You know what I'm saying? It's on the Bluff.
No, it's in the Bluff, not on the Bluff. Southern is on the Bluff. Pine Bluff is in the Bluff. Yeah.
I mean, they kind of have the Bluff in their name, so wouldn't that be on the Bluff?
No, because it's not on the bluff. It's Pine Bluff, but you in the bluff. Southern's actually on a bluff on the river.
What's a bluff on the river?
A high point.
Oh.
When the land
okay.
begins to rise and it begins to go, there's a high point that overlooks the river. So you don't need a levee if it floods because we up high. You need a levee. So they call that first terrain that's above the water a bluff.
So wouldn't that be a hill?
A hill is this. A bluff is leveled like a levee. It's just above water.
Okay, so it's a flat surface, so it goes up and then flattens out.
Yeah.
Got you. I got you. But I mean, technically, it's still bluff, so it's like.
It's like when they say you find the highest bluff on the river as you going up river, because typically a river starts low in the delta. The land is flat, just like New Orleans. They don't have a bluff. You got to use a levee, but the further up the river you come to Baton Rouge, the elevation gets higher. So the river is lower than the land. More so than in New Orleans, the river is above the land slightly. That's why you can see
the levee.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
Low sea level, above sea level.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. Still on the bluff though.
Got to teach you about your terrains, man, your plateaus, your mountain ranges, your valleys and your deltas, man.
I mean, when you live in places that get flooded, you need to know all that. You know what I'm saying? When you live in places that water is your number one enemy, you need to know all that. When you don't live in places like that, you don't need to know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, until it happens, then you're like, damn, why we didn't know we lived in a floodplain because we never flooded, but you didn't know you could have found it. That happened in Baton Rouge actually in 2016 when it flooded here. It was a horrible flood, just torrential downpour for days, and most people didn't know to get the flood insurance because they didn't think they lived in the area that would flood. A lot of people in their insurance got messed over because of that.
Listen, a lot of people don't know you got to have flood insurance outside of just basic insurance. That to me is crazy. And if you're in a flood zone, you have to have it. Like, it ain't they usually make you get flood insurance and stuff like that. See, but here up in Maryland, listen, we understand the snow, the ice, and how, what the weather like, and when it drops, be careful of black ice and don't do this and don't do that. Like, so snow and stuff. Oh yeah, I'm like, it's easy peasy. Let me squeeze.
The thing about it, a lot of people there may not have for hurricanes, and the possibility Maryland could get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah, we got hit by Hurricane Irene one time. Hurricane Irene.
But the
Isabel.
Person probably would skip out on that in their insurance because they like, how often that's gonna happen, right? What's the odds of that? Not as much like if you in Louisiana and Florida where you
in that Gulf. Yeah.
So you'll be in Maryland, you kind of like blow it off, man. Then when it happens, it's like, damn, we weren't prepared for this.
You were not prepared for it. Listen, man, nobody want to pay extra $150. You know what I'm saying? You like for something that might happen. You like, but then when it happens, let me give you a story. It's crazy, right? Quick about insurance, about how important insurance is. So I used to work at State Farm, and one of my coworkers, he was telling me how important insurance. He's like, hey, I got insurance on this and this and that. So his dog got hit by a car, and he had his dog insured, and he went to the vet. Got it. He said it would have cost him $6,000 to save, like the surgery that his dog had. It would have cost him $6,000. He only had to pay $100 out of pocket. I said that would have been a dead dog. Do you hear me? $6,000 who even pet insurance? I would have never. I said, bro, I didn't even know they sold pet insurance. He said, yeah. He said, I had pet insurance on it. I said, man.
I think what a lot of people probably don't have in terms of dealing with earthquakes. Between St. Louis and Memphis is called the New Madrid Fault Line. So this is something a lot of people don't know that produced one of the biggest earthquakes that ever happened on record in the United States. A lot of people in that area don't even think to even get some type of earthquake insurance because you think earthquakes, man, that's California, Nevada, probably Arizona, but not in the Midwest part of the country. So things can happen to where after the fact, you don't know, then it happens. You kind of just, what they say, caught with your pants down, like you didn't know. That's why you got to get insurance on stuff in your house too. You never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen, from burglary to just a fire, unfortunately.
See, white people are going to have some pet insurance. You boy. Listen, white people love they listen. Oh my God, another story, right? Me and Key, we went to a friend's. I went to one of my friend's house here in Maryland, and we talking and stuff like that. And this white, he's one of his friends was black. He's married to a white woman, right? So they got this beautiful golden lab. I'm just talking about beautiful lab. And you know, Key's like, oh, it's a beautiful dog. She's like, yeah, babe, how much she spent for that dog? I think she said, yeah, we got him from the shelter. We paid $1,800. I said $1,800 from a dog from a shelter?
God, I'm still one of them people. If you want a dog and you say, Perry, you want a dog? I'm telling the dog living outside. A dog got one job in my life. Bark when somebody is walking close and bite their ass when they get too close. That's all that dog. That's what I need a dog for. Simple as that. When I hear him bark, somebody must be close. When I hear him growl and it sound like in the scream, he done bit their ass. That means you got too close. That's all I need a dog for. Other than that, I don't need nothing running around just to be an extra mouth to feed. I gotta walk it. I gotta take it out. I gotta bring it. I don't even like dogs in the house.
Oh,
I got a fish tank. That's the fish are straight. A dog, you gotta treat it like a human. When you go out, who's gonna dog sit for you? Yeah, I need to already be accustomed to being outside, bro. I ain't with all that, you know, the dog is this, the dog is that.
Oh man, Perry, boy, when you are the poster child of just of ninja, boy. You are the poster child. You that guy who chained that dog up around the tree and it got that ring that it just runs around.
Get too close. You tear your ass up. I told you. Don't go over there messing with that dog. You know, for real.
Oh,
I don't care about feeding them that all. You got to be expensive, dog. Man, feed the dog what you need to feed it. Give it. I don't know why people do all. I know it's a whole world that's out there that just, man, they'll give to a community for saving dogs before they'll give to saving black folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how much people. Didn't Michael Vick show us?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How long they still will hold that against them to this day over some. I lived in the hood. I've seen dogs fight before, right? I've seen all type of stuff. I mean, for me, I'm just like, it is what it is. It ain't to the point where I want to go save every dog in the world now. I don't want to go do no fundraising to help save the dogs. I don't get sad when that sad dog to send me an Angel commercial. Come on, they show you all these little dogs looking sad and cats. I don't get sad because of that. It's an animal.
Oh man. Boy,
animals live outside and they'll be like, oh, that dog don't have a home. Look at him roaming around. That's what he do. He a damn dog. No, I don't feel sorry because the dog roaming the street. The dog's supposed to have a home. Okay, he's supposed to be in somebody's house. It's an animal. That's what they do. They live outside. Don't get in the damn about seeing look at that dog. He just roaming the street looking for food. Yeah, that's natural. Yeah.
Oh man. He's boy.
I ain't trying to walk no dog. You got him in the house. You got to take his ass out when it's raining, when it's snowing, when it's thunderstorm. You got to take the damn dog out there looking crazy. And I'm damn sure not one of the people finna pick up some dog shit. I'm just saying. You know, they be walking with that little bag in their hand. Scotty, I can't do it. I be like, ugh. Did you, ugh. No.
Hold my stomach.
Boy, so did it. Dog shit. Peter can do. Hey, I didn't say I abuse dogs. I said I let dogs live in their natural habitat.
Oh boy, that was funny.
I'm okay with a dog in its natural habitat. Let it roam. But if I do have one, you got one job and one job only. Bite a motherfucker ass.
You said two jobs. You said two jobs. Bark and then bite. That's what you said.
Just if you don't do nothing else, you need to bite. But okay, bark if you get too close. If you get close to the back gate, I should be alerted. Somebody near the gate. Now, when I hear growling and screaming, oh, you done came in the gate. You done got your ass got. You should have saw beware of dog.
What if your son was like, Dad, I want a dog, and a puppy in the house and stuff like that?
No, we don't do puppies. They'll get a fish. That's what my son had this fascination with snakes because YouTube, right? It just blow their little mind at the amount of information and shit that they get to see these days just by a click of a button. When I was a kid, if you didn't see it in person, somebody had to tell you a story. Most likely, they made the snake sound so crazy to the point it probably scared you of snakes. But he said, man, Dad, he was about 2 years old. He was yelling out he wanted a pet. Said he wanted a snake. I said, no, I went to PetSmart and bought his ass some 27-cent goldfish. That solved that. What's the problem? It's a pet, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, what you gonna do when you walk in there and that tank empty one day because that snake done found a way to get out?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Panic like, huh? What you gonna do?
Oh man, boy, I tell you, y'all, boy, Perry,
he ain't no bad kid, so I ain't give him. And those 27-cent fish, man, as big as my hand now. You take care of them, you feed them, you change the water whenever you need to change it. Man, they get huge. So they went from about that big to as big as my hand, man.
You got a fish sit. You can't just leave your fish for like a week and think it's gonna come back and you're gonna be alive.
Look. I dipped and went to Chicago for a week and a half and came back. They was sitting there waiting on me.
That mental fish was agree.
Hey, it is what it is. But hey, I've done it multiple times. I've left and went on vacation for a week and a half, and multiple times. I've had to fish for about 6 years. Yeah, about 6 years now.
Oh my God, Perry, you are hilarious. All right, let's get into these.
I can't leave that damn dog like that though. Man, you gotta pay somebody. Everybody don't want a dog in their house.
Oh man, N.O. Joe said it's an automatic fish feeder. Okay, all right. Perry ain't got one. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got it.
I like fish, man. I'm a hobbyist of the aquarium world. Matter of fact, one of my boys, he jumped into it and he got into the salt water. Now I don't do the salt water. That's a little bit too much of a hobby for me, but I do the fish. That's simple. It look good when people walk in, they see this big aquarium. Oh, you got fish. They look at it. It's a good aesthetic. Most people don't want to come to your house when you got a dog.
That's fair. You right. Okay, that's fair. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to eat at your house when I see a dog. It just feel like you let the dog do all type of stuff, and I just be
because your mind be wondering. That's really what it is. That's really what it is. Your mind wonder. You know what I'm saying?
So lick his nuts and then come lick you in the face like nothing was ever wrong. That bothers me, Scotty. Like, ugh. No. Can't handle that. And you love the dog. You like, oh, dog fresh off making his own nut. You got the dog all in the kitchen, your hair shaking and shedding. I'm sorry, man. I'm just not a fan of dogs in the house.
Oh, man. Hey, Perry, before we move on, I was just about to ask how you feel about cats, because now I look at people differently who have cats. I'm not going to lie to you. That's when people have cats, I'm like, I know they've been walking on your counters. I know them cats have been all. So when people have cats, I'll be like, nah, I'm not eating here. Because them cats, I ain't doing
cats
it.
Like to rub up on stuff and you can't. I'll tell you something, man. My head was, I saw a woman walk a cat on a leash one day, and I had never saw that before. That messed my head up. I saw a woman walking the damn cat on the leash. First of all, I was like, how the hell did you get the cat to sit still to even leash the cat up? Because cats they do what they want. They just in the house. There's nothing you can tell. I've never seen anybody tell a cat sit down and it sit. Have you? You ever seen somebody tell a cat roll over and the cat rolled over? Never. The cat do it. It look at you and be like, nigga, you roll over and walk off. No, I'm straight on cats, man. I don't like that attitude. Don't walk around here like you own this place, like I gotta cater to you. I don't like that cater to you mentality. A cat give you that.
Oh my gosh.
And they sneaky. I don't like sneaky stuff. Don't be sneaky.
What do you like? Right.
Bitch, I told you. We talking about pets, right? Pets.
Oh man. Oh
Cat
man.
do what it want. It walk around like a god. Like a cat walk around like you in his house and look you up and down and walk off.
Oh man.
I ain't trying to change no litter box, none of that. No, I'm just not a fan. Can't you tell I'm not a fan of animals in the house?
Yeah.
Pets.
You're not a fan of animals, period.
No
You're not a fan of
gerbils,
animals.
no hamsters, no snakes. Don't ask for no damn turtle. I get you a fish. That's water.
What? What's wrong with a turtle?
Bro, a turtle is a nasty animal to keep. It's nastier than a fish. All right, take them 27 cent goldfish I'm talking about and put them in there and watch that turtle eat them fish. That you like watching stuff like that?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Well, guess what he got to do after he eat them fish? He got to use it. That's going in there somewhere, ain't it? See, you make everything.
You make everything just you make everything just like bigger. You like, dang, like I didn't think about it like that. But I mean, you use the bathroom.
Yeah, now flush the damn toilet. Don't nobody gotta come. That's why I can't pick up no shit out the dog. And I'm not gonna change out no litter box. Like, oh, look at this, boy. That cat, what the hell did he eat? No, I don't want to know. I think that's the biggest thing about animals. Like a fish is simple. I got a filter. It suck up what it need to do. That other stuff, I don't want to look at nothing you let out, right? I don't want to look at it. I don't get it, Scotty. But that's me, man. It doesn't mean I don't like stuff. I just don't like pets in the house. That's simple as that.
Oh,
and if you got pets in your house, most likely I'm straight on eating at your house. Because you would touch the dog and then go in the kitchen and touch something in the kitchen.
Let me ask you one last question before we move on, Barry.
What
are you feeding the dog?
Shit, something out of a can. What is that? I had a dog before. He lived outside, though. This was years ago. We had a dog for a long time. His name was Hawk, right? Hawk could tear your ass up, too. But I fed him the meat food out the can, and then I mixed it with the kibbles and bits shit out the bag. We mixed it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. What's wrong?
I thought you'd be one of those, like, he eat what we eat, like you just give him.
No. We'll give him some bones or something. But I've had dogs over the years. It was a German Shepherd mixed with an Airedale. And then when I was younger, people don't have these dogs no more, but we used to have two chows, an all black chow and an all white chow. That's a mean ass dog if you don't know. Hey, you ever encountered a chow before?
Is that the one with the wide face? It got the hair on the side of it, like
the spotted tongue.
Yeah.
You don't really have them no more. Like people used to have and I'm talking about the black folks now. Zach, I know he's gonna come on this. Folks didn't have the pit bulls and the Rottweilers. People used to have the Rottweilers. You cut the tail, put the big chain around his neck.
Yeah.
They don't really do dogs like that no more. Everybody want the little cute dogs now, or they didn't bred these pit bulls to just be these little short, stocky little dogs.
Yeah. They be walking like this and they can't really breathe and they sound like they about to die or need like an inhaler. Yeah.
That's damn dog with asthma, But yeah, we had the chows, man. The chows was the mean dogs,
Oh man. Blue said my dog is half pit and half black lab. I love a black lab. That's my dream job.
I bet that dog so well. Is it well behaved?
Yeah, Blue got his dog trained up. Dogs go drop surviving. We document.
I never said, that's what I'm saying. I've never said anything about abusing the dog. I just said what I like dogs outside. Is a
Well,
dog living outside now all of a sudden horrible?
That's how people look at it. Like if you just leave your dog chained up outside, they're gonna be like you're abusing your dog. I'm so serious.
That's how you grew up. Everybody didn't have an enclosed fenced yard, and I knew damn well the dog wasn't gonna live in the house. So you put the dog on a chain. You walk. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Society, boy. That's where we at now. You can't put the dog on the chain outside. Y'all must ain't rolled through the hood lately. See, everybody forgot where they come from. Everybody forgot where the hell they come from.
Oh man. Oh, that's funny.
You chain them to the tree, to the fence, or you get a stake you put in the ground. That probably ain't gonna hold too long because you study pulling and yanking on it. But yeah, I'm not saying I abuse dogs and I kick a dog. I'm not like Pops on Friday. You grab a dog and you know.
You get it. Oh baby. That's the beauty of it.
That's my
get a dog.
I'm not saying I do dogs like that.
I get my foot in your dog ass all day and just bang. Boy, you stupid. That's my pleasure.
That's my pleasure. Dog bit Willie on his ass, didn't it? Had him sitting there laying across the bed.
Please, Mr. Dog, please.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I lived in the hood growing up, man. We saw many dogs. Man, we didn't think, if anything, we chased the dog or something, or the dog, we running from the dog, or the worst was when you had like we would be playing baseball or football or something, and the ball go too far and bounce in somebody's yard. They got the dog.
You was like game over.
No, the game ain't over. We plot on the dog. You send about 3 of y'all on the other side to shake the fence and piss the dog off, and whoever can jump the highest and run the fastest will jump over the gate, get the ball, throw it back, and get back over before the dog stops. Because the dog coming on your, that dog on your ass, he coming. I'm talking about. We doing everything we can to rattle and shake that fence and piss the dog off. That was being a kid, man.
Oh my God. He said everybody had a cane in their hood, and it wasn't like a king, it was Kang. It wasn't King, it was Kang. You know what I'm saying? But that's funny.
The guy down the street from me, man, I grew up, he used to have these huge bull masters. Have you ever seen a bull master?
Yeah, them things are huge.
The head is huge, the tongue just hang out. Man, so they had dogs. It was just, it was one day talking about King. One of my partners had a dog named Sugar. Sugar the dog was, it was a pit bull. When you on your bike, I'm telling you, better get on down with it, Scotty. Sugar, you don't want to be the one Sugar get your, I'm telling you. That was the house you always was like, bro, I'd rather go the block around because Sugar probably outside. And you get halfway down the block and you see Sugar step out to the street like, oh, shit.
The worst thing is when they be like, it won't bite. Like, you be like, and it be already aggressive. It be growling and looking at you. And I'm not talking about the little rat dogs. I'm talking about like the big dogs, the Rottweilers, the German Shepherds, and people be like, oh, they won't bite. You be like, nah, he already growling. I don't trust it. I used to hate when people, he don't bite. Like,
since I'm on the rant, I'm gonna tell you some things that piss me off, right? First of all, I don't like going somewhere and you got your dog and your dog not trained to the point when your dogs, it just jump up on me. Oh, it pisses me off. Control your dog. I ain't asking your dog to jump. I didn't say, come here, boy. Come here. That pisses me off. Do not bring your dog somewhere and your dog jump up on people and you just act like that's normal. And second of all, I go to some establishments and I hate when people bring their dogs with them to restaurants and bars and shit like that.
Even service dogs?
You're pushing the damn limit. I'm talking about the person that just think it's cool to bring little Fluffy up in this motherfucking restaurant with them today. Like, bro, I don't want to eat and look at your dog looking at me eat my food. I don't want to do that. I don't want to smell none of that. Leave your dog at home or take him to the dog park. or walk wherever you gonna walk. But the dog, don't bring the dog out socially with you. Don't show up with the damn dog. All right, I see that all the time. Why? Control your damn dog. Your dog shouldn't be jumping up on me. I don't want the dog jumping up on me. That's just me. I don't like dogs and shit like that. Not to be, you got 2 jobs. I say it again. And that's it. And a cat damn show.
Boy, you something. Boy, you something, P. Boy, you something.
People, I'm pretty sure people understand what I'm saying. Everybody ain't bougie with the cats and the dogs in the house, but we just grew up. We don't have no damn dogs in your house. No. You was cool with that?
Oh, yeah. My mom had a toy poodle. That thing was like her kid. Like yeah. I mean, that dog was more important than me at sometimes. Because she had the dog before me. So like she had a dog like 3 or 4 years before I was even born. Like that dog was everything to my mom. Yeah, that toy, yeah.
Now I like animals. Now don't think I don't like animals. Just control your animal and don't have it in the house when I get over there.
Okay, Pete. You love animals.
Once again, I ain't say I beat a dog up. You hear me say I take a dog, put my dog foot up my dog's ass. You didn't hear me say none of that.
Hey, listen, man. Make sure your dog is elite trained, and if it's not, get you some elite coffee. The Elite 15 coffee, sponsored by today, Elite 15 coffee. Make sure you get the top quality brand that you need for coffee. Link in description below. Get you some elite coffee, and then get your dog some elite training. How about that? Get your dog some elite training. Come on. It's my pleasure.
That's my pleasure. Really love kicking a dog's ass. Now that's what you should call Peter on, not me.
Oh boy, Perry, Perry, that was funny. Boy, you stupid. He said, "That's my place." He said, "Hey, pops." Oh man,
I'm talking to be a dog catcher. I don't want no damn dog. Whatever you have to worry about, dog catching your ass.
Dog catching your ass.
Yeah, ain't gotta worry about catching no dogs. You got to worry about dogs catching your ass.
He's like Greg, give me that remote. That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
And that's funny, that we're talking about dogs. Like the idea of being a post-male person, and back in the day was always the vision of them getting chased by a dog.
A dog, yeah.
Either them or the newspaper boy on his bike, throwing the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what you grew up. You ran away from dogs. Back then, people kept dogs outside. Now, in 2024, everybody think a dog deserve to be indoors. Back then, the dog was outside.
Barry, you are absolutely stupid, bro. Yeah. Absolutely stupid. That's probably one of the funniest segments I've ever had in my life. Boy.
Just contain your dog and you good with me. That may be why I don't like Alabama A&M like that. Of all the damn animals around, they chose a damn bulldog.
Don't y'all got a Lacomba? Don't he got his own cage?
Man,
I know you.
Lacomba been dead for years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm about to say because y'all
trying to feed Lacomba cow food and shit. You can't bring animals on a black college campus. They be like, see if he'll eat the chicken. See if he'll eat that piece. Throw that piece in there. See if he'll eat it. You know how black folks do. They want to test to see what the damn jaguar willing to eat. Throw one of them hot dogs in there. See if he eat that hot dog. Shit, you can't do it.
Sign clear as day say don't feed the animals.
You know black folks what we do. Put that bread in there. See if you eat bread.
Oh man.
Now we don't have Lacomba no more though. They took him. Lacomba is gone. I don't think anybody got a live mascot in the SWAC.
Yeah. I mean, I seen A&M. They got like an old man who walks the little bulldog. I don't know if it's the official bulldog, but I've seen.
That's just a nigga with a dog. It's like, hey, you know what? Bring your dog to the game. Bring your dog to the game, right? We'll put an A&M vest on him, but it ain't like the school. Like, you know, I go up the street to LSU, Mike the Tiger. He got a whole, he living better than, he got an enclosure, right? Waterfall, got a whole pond in there. I'm talking about living life. No, we ain't wasting no money on that. Most you'll get you'll get a statue of that animal. Fam, you get what they got you, the big snake statue?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a statue. You ain't getting no real damn. Who got alumni can't raise enough money to support that damn animal yearly.
You said he got a waterfall.
Oh, look. Oh, Mike the Tiger lived great.
Oh,
man.
man.
Next time you in Baton Rouge, bro, I'm saying I know everybody on the HBCU tip, but look, it's good to go see other shit sometime. Hey, Mike Tiger living great. It probably costs more some low-level HBCU's whole athletic budget what they spend to take care of Mike the Tiger every year. And that's the truth.
And let something be out of whack. Hey, listen, let them something be out of whack. Those white people gonna be like, are we not taking care of Mike right?
You will never have that issue. You will never have it. It's always taking care of him right. They actually put their veterinarian school to work, right? If the issue, he actually, the people from the veterinarian school gonna come over and do it. It's all in-house. Agriculture school, we're gonna make sure he need to eat exactly what they need to eat. We got a school over here for that. I'm just saying.
Oh man, is that Mike the Tiger living better than 60% of the population?
Y'all, hey, until you see it and to believe it, I'm telling you, like, damn, this tiger got it going on up in here. Living great.
Man. Oh man, like man, I wish I was a tiger. I wish I was Mike. Oh boy, y'all are dumb. Let's get into this schedule. At least my stomach hurt. Perry, I don't even know how we got on there, but that joke was so funny. Man, oh man,
let's talk about the subject quick.
Yeah, listen, let's talk about these videos, right? Some of these schedule releases had a video. I absolutely enjoyed it, man. Shout out to Grambling, shout out to Powell State, shout out to FAMU for putting together a creative video release, actually putting some time and effort behind it to make it go down. Shout out to them. I'm pretty surprised that Prairie View didn't have a video. Kool-Aid, really good creative director. I'm surprised he didn't do something. He wanted to snippet our voices. He didn't do nothing after the celebration. He didn't do nothing after that SWAC championship, though.
Maybe we'll have to give him some more ammunition come spring football. Hey, anybody, all y'all SWAC schools, man, hey, we know y'all watching at the end of the day. If you want to take a sound bite, just make sure you just shout us out. Now, I didn't even know that had happened. Scotty sent me a message like, bruh, check this out.
Facts. And what I want is, and after said soundbite comes to true, I need a video for the video. Okay? Because Prairie View just fell off the map.
Just
you know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't seen a video.
Yeah.
One of the best hype videos I ain't ever seen. They get mollywopped to the SWAC championship. I ain't seen another video. Oh, okay. Because we kept doing shows. Perry, we do another show? I think we did another show.
Still doing them.
Still doing them. I ain't seen a video for the video, but you know, to each his own. So if you haven't had a chance to see these video releases, go check them out. They're all over Twitter. I know FAMU dropped theirs on Instagram, but here are my grades for the video releases, right? Gotta give A to Grambling on creativity. They took their team down to the elementary school or middle school. They colored their schedule and did a release. Absolutely amazing. A1 for creativity. Gotta give an A to Jackson State for creativity, right? Well shot video, right? Gotta give them an F for thinking that they go into the Celebration Bowl. That is not a part of your schedule, okay? Stop doing that. The SWAC championship and the Celebration Bowl are not a part of your schedule. Stop it, okay? Stop it.
You got to promote it, though. That's every school's job in the conference to promote the Celebration Bowl, whether you get
Nobody else did it. Nobody else did it. F. Okay? Absolute F. Failure. And then I got to give an F to FAMU. Listen, if that wasn't the the least amount of effort. They had Kelvin Dean sitting on a chair, holding a trophy, reading off of cue cards. And if you look real close in the statue, the reflection in the statue, you can see he's in like the little mini room of the weight room doing the whole thing. It didn't look good. It might as well just should have kept it to yourself. And the reason I'm grading FAMU so hard is because they do such great work. Like, I know they're better than that, right? So gotta give them. And the rest of y'all Bama's get Fs because y'all didn't even do a video release. Y'all just did a basic schedule release. So the rest of y'all Bama's get Fs. So I mean, you got a whole communication department, and you can't do nothing better than that. So absolutely. Let's get into the schedule release. First up, Arkansas Pine Bluff. The motto for the year is restore the pride. Restore something. RIP. Here's their schedule. I don't know if you want to break it down. You want to give it. I don't know what you want to do about it. I mean, preferably, I would rather have got a full schedule. That's just me, But teachers own just the conference games. So
I'm looking at home games. You got Prairie View at home, Alabama A&M at home, Mississippi Valley State at home, and Texas Southern at home. They're gonna have some tough road games. You got to go to Alcorn, Grambling, Jackson, and Southern. Yeah,
this is a tough schedule. This is a tough schedule. And I wouldn't be. I might see. I see one win, maybe two, and that's that's Valley and that Texas Southern in their home games. Other than that, I see another tough year of restore the pride. I mean, this called, and I like the double. I like the double entendre because it can be like restore the pride. A group of Lions pride, and then restore the pride. Like, we've been losing so much, so that kind of pride too. So.
And one thing I will say, I want to put this out there about UAPB. I hate the fact that they have took on and rocked with Arkansas Pine Bluff. I don't know when that changed. I knew it as UAPB, the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. And to me, when I say UAPB, it just felt better. The UAPB Golden Lions, now it's like Arkansas. I just don't like that Arkansas Pine Bluff. And I don't like the fact that they have embraced it. Go back to just saying UAPB. You don't, that Arkansas Pine Bluff, I can't embrace it. That's just me. That's another little rant. I can't embrace Arkansas Pine Bluff. You are the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
You're a black man from Arkansas, so I will respect any opinion that you have about that.
I'm curious which one of these is going to be homecoming. Is it going to be Alabama A&M or Mississippi Valley? It might be Valley. I'm looking at it. Might be the Mississippi Valley game.
That Valley game. Yeah, that Valley game probably homecoming. So this is what you got. This is what you got. Let me see. Next up, we kind of already broke the schedule down already. Bulldog Nation, Bulldog Stingy, home of the stingy, right? Listen, I think
Cookman and Grambling at home. You got a road game to FAMU. Where are they playing Jackson in Mobile?
Yeah, both of those games are neutral. So, Alabama State, where that's at. And then Jack State is in Mobile. So those are their neutral sites. So they literally only got 3 home games. But it's not like anybody shows up for those anyway.
And they only have look like 3 true road games. And 2 of them are tough. UAPB and Valley, just considering it ain't gonna be much hype on the road at those games, fam. You don't.
Let me just say this real quick. Shout out to my boy G. He put this on the SWAC in the full group chat. He had literally all the schedules listed. Shout out to him. That's where I pulled them all from you, G. So shout out to you. Appreciate that, man. Listen, man. We said it when they dropped the full schedule because they got like 2 D2 teams on that joker, and it's just stupid stuff, right? So, let me just say this. This is the year of Maynard. You're either going to be SWAC champs, or you're going to be fired. It's not, to me, there's no in between. I really don't believe it. There's no in between. He either is in the SWAC championship or he's fired. Period. So the year of the Maynard.
Yeah. 3 home games, Grambling and Southern. It's good to have Grambling and Southern at home. And then those away games not bad at all with UAPB and Valley on the road. And then to consider the only true tough place you're going to have to go play is FAMU. You get Jackson and Bama State on neutral sites, but they all in the state of Alabama still. Hey, this got to be Maynard's year if he's going to get it together. I mean, just looking at this, it's not bad at all.
But that first half is tough, bro. Fam, Jackson, Bethune, State, Southern. Like those first 5 games, you could literally go 0-5 in the conference, or at least 1-4 in the conference in a blink of an eye, and you're fired. You're fired. You could be going into that Southern game fired. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired after the Magic City Classic. If I'm being honest, if he loses the Magic City Classic, I wouldn't be surprised if he fired before going into the Southern game.
I think he saved his job if he can at least split one of those FAMU or Jackson State games. I think they'll let him sit around. If he can split one of them, as long as he can keep himself in contention coming into that Magic City Classic, because you're gonna have to if you don't beat both, you at least gonna have to split one of those 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I don't see. I can't. We'll see what A&M looks like.
And they early though, and that's the beautiful thing about it. They are early, so I don't know. To me, when you get those, I used to like to get the good games in your division on the back end. Give me that November, late October, but that doesn't seem to be the case. They giving them late September, early October.
Yeah, and they're trying to have an easy road in the back half, right? With UAPB, Valley, Grambling State, kind of like, walking off to the sunset. Hopefully we're in the lead and we can just, take a couple of these games and walk away. But I'm telling you, they might not have a coach entering the month of November. If it goes bad, they could easily not have a coach when the month of November starts. All right, Alabama State. Now I also got their full schedule, so we go over the conference. I'm gonna pull up the full schedule in a little bit, but and I don't love is tough. I like it. I like their schedule. They have Sanford on there. I think that's a great matchup. I can't wait to see that of what they look like going against Sanford. But once again, being an HBCU the way they are, they got 2 D2 teams scheduled. I know they're going to be like, well, Scotty, it's history and all that. Miss me with all that. So here's the full schedule, P. Hopefully you can see that. I'll zoom it in for you just a little bit. So you got NCCU. All right. Then you got Miles. They lost to them last year. You got Sanford. Great game. Bethune-Cookman, FAM, Valley, A&M, Alcorn, Grambling, Jackson, Prairie View, and then Tuskegee, which is the rivalry, the Turkey Day Classic. So overall, I gave this schedule a B-. I think Sanford really puts it over the edge for me, but I don't know. I'm not liking. If you was already going to play this Tuskegee, I don't know why you have to put Miles in there. That's just my personal opinion. I think you could have found another school in the area to play, but to each his own. What you got, P?
I think when you look at that Miles and Tuskegee, you got to understand those are bringing the crowd. Bama State was in the top 10 this past year in crowd attendance around the FCS. So if they looking to make money, Miles and Tuskegee, those are long, old-time rivals of Alabama State. So that's going to get you a crowd. Florida A&M at homecoming. Woo!
That's going to be crazy. That's going to be absolutely bananas.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Because crazy enough, Alabama State just started truly doing homecoming. They didn't have a homecoming.
You're right. They did not.
Now to have a homecoming, I mean, you've done it with Jackson State. Now you're doing it with Florida A&M. That's the way you make a name. I like that. You got Valley at home, Jackson, Prairie View, Tuskegee at home, Grambling on the road. The fact that Alcorn is in a classic that's pretty big. Alcorn typically is a team you don't really see in too many classics these days. But the Port City Classic, I like this schedule. I like it personally, me.
That's nice. Like I said, I gave it a B-. It is what it is. Listen, that FAMU game homecoming is going to be crazy. But this is what I love of this, and shout out to the person who's making out. Shout out to Jason Cable, the AD. The reason I like what they do for homecoming is because they do big time matchups. They don't do what Southern does and get some weak ass team from the NAIA and slide them in there for a guaranteed win, and you don't care nothing about the football game. That is not what Bama State does. Bama State says we're going to get the best matchup and we're going to put it for homecoming. I absolutely love it. I love it. So you're going to get the big crowd and you're going to get the interest in the game because of who you're playing. I absolutely love it. Shout out to Bama State for that. So Got to give them credit for that one.
Yeah, with that schedule right there, they can be potentially a top 10 in FCS attendance again next year. They got some good matchups.
Easily. That Jackson State one at home is going to be crazy. The FAM at home is going to be crazy. Like you said, the two Tuskegee and Miles, Tuskegee, of course, you know it's going to be crazy. Miles at college is going to be crazy. So it's definitely going to be. I can't wait to see next year Grambling going to Bama State. That's going to be a good one as well. So definitely great schedule. All right, here we go to the Braves. Braves home games are UAPB, Alabama State, Texas Southern, and Jackson State, of course. Then away games are Valley, Grambling, Southern, Prairie View. This is a they play all the big boys other than FAM. This is a pretty good schedule right here. I can't wait to see what the conference schedule looks like. I mean, the non-conference schedule looks like, but I'm liking this schedule. What you got, P?
Who's they homecoming against?
Probably UAPB.
Okay,
Probably UAPB.
Repay the favor. That's going to be an early home, October the 5th. That'll be an early homecoming. I mean, ooh.
No. Is it Texas Southern? No, I think it's UAPB. Yeah, I think their homecoming is UAPB.
Yeah, this is straight Alabama State. Well, that Bama State game not at home. That's going to be the neutral site game. That's going to be in the Port City Classic.
It says Alcorn plays Vanderbilt and UAB early. Ooh, that's that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, tell Mr. Kincaid he could have kept that to himself. That ain't helping him out at all. You know.
It says, yeah, Alcorn plays UAPB for homecoming.
I'm about to say, I think they learned their lesson the past 2 years with Texas Southern. And then the fact UAPB played them last year for their homecoming.
Listen to this Alcorn coming through with the non-conference. Vandy, UAB, McNeese, and Edward Waters. I was about to say Eastern Washington. Edward Waters.
I thought it was Eastern Washington too. I was like, damn, come on. Edward Waters.
It was definitely Edward Waters. Definitely Edward. I know they ain't been in Eastern Washington. I know they ain't no Eastern
homecoming when they playing them.
No, homecoming is UAPB, but that's a beastie out of conference. That's what the schedule is supposed to look like. Now, like I said, Edward Waters still. I'm not a fan of the D2s, but Edward Waters, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. And then, of course, it always comes down to that Jackson State and Alcorn at the end of the season. That's gonna be a good one as always. So yeah, man, these
Alcorn State over in the West, man. For years, I'm just so accustomed to seeing them over in the East. I've yet to see I cannot wait till the day I get to see an Alcorn and FAMU matchup.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I've never seen in my years, and I've been around a long time. I've never seen Alcorn and FAMU play, and that's like one matchup I'm truly intrigued to see. Like I'm so curious to see that matchup.
Yeah, they didn't make that happen. I mean, you're playing. That's the West. They got to play the West, of course.
Yeah, I think Jackson is their permanent divisional rival.
Yeah, that's the East. So they got
rotate. The only schools you can have rotate would be Valley and Bama State.
I mean, you could take Valley off and put FAM, because if you're playing UAPB, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they said FAMU cycle is on the next year.
Huh?
They said next year.
Yeah, that's the game. I want to see that. I'm so curious to watch Alcorn versus FAMU. I have no clue what that looks like.
Yeah, we'll see.
I feel like that could be something.
They said, I think Alcorn with Alabama A&M and FAMU next season. So should be some good matchups. Should be some great matchups. All right, Bethune-Cookman. Hale Wildcats. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I know they got some Power 5 teams on their non-conference. They usually do. I just can't remember them right now, but here we go. Home games: Alabama State, Jack State, and Grambling. Away games: A&M, Valley, Southern, Texas Southern. Seems like everybody playing this. Seems like everybody playing everybody. It's like same. I'm sorry. I'm not seeing like the variety. Like I don't see no Prairie View. I don't see no whatever. But anyway, and then FAMU for the Florida Classic.
Some good home games. You got Bama State, Grambling, and Jackson at home, so you can make that winnable for yourself if you Bethune-Cookman. Going on the road to Valley, Alabama A&M, Texas Southern. Bethune-Cookman at Texas Southern. That's interesting. In Southern, this typical right here. I mean, It's okay. I see they playing
is what it is.
Southern and Texas Southern out of the West. So and Grambling.
Hey, that Southern trip. That's a long trip. I hope they flying. You know, I don't know if Bethune got the money for it, but I hope they flying because that Texas Southern trip.
One
That's a
thing
long
about
trip.
Bethune-Cookman, they've been in the SWAC now going on 3 years. They never taken their band anywhere outside of Florida.
Really?
That band has never traveled to anybody's school in the SWAC. And somebody tell me if I'm wrong, if you seen them at a SWAC stadium doing a football game, but for going on 3 years now, they've never went into anybody's stadium in the conference. So, and I'm sure it's expensive. Hell, Daytona Beach to anywhere is expensive. You know, what's your closest school? Montgomery with Alabama State. You know, you don't want to take a bus ride on what they doing it for Battle of the Bands, so I guess I can't say that, but I know damn well you don't want a weekend bus ride trying to get to Texas Southern and PV or Pine Bluff and Southern. I'd be curious to see what they come to Southern this year with with Bethune-Cookman band come to Southern.
They said it's not about the band. It says about football.
I get it.
So we bringing our team.
When we talk about, look, come on, man, let's not do that today. This is black college football. We know black college football is what it is because of the bands included. And that's what creates the environments. But, you know, they have a really good band. I was just curious that their band has never left Florida to go to any other school in the SWAC to travel nowhere. So, you know, would this be the year that they maybe go somewhere? I mean, you got Southern. That's the only one I would think that'll be doable.
Out of conference schedule, South Florida, Mercer, and Western Michigan. I like that. Nothing easy. I like that. We'll see what year 2 looks like for Lil Bill. FAMU and the coach that nobody knows. All right, Alabama A&M. Home games: A&M, Southern, Texas Southern Valley. Away games: State, Jackson, and Prairie View A&M. That's gonna be a good game. Yeah, listen, Southern at home. They're gonna have. Listen, I think their homecoming is Texas Southern. Yeah, so Southern at home. Then you go back to back with Texas Southern at homecoming. That's gonna be some nice chunk of change right there for FAMU. It's gonna be some nice chunk of change because them other home games, A&M and Valley, ain't hitting on shit. Them other games ain't hitting on shit. They ain't nobody gonna show up to them. But that back to back Southern and Texas Southern. Oh yeah. That's gonna be big money.
Right for them. You got to go on the road to Bama State. You got to go on the road to Jackson State. Bama State has scheduled you for homecoming. You finally play Jackson State now that you're in the SWAC outside of Miami. I'm sure the Jackson State fans would love to welcome FAMU into Jackson, Mississippi. And then you have Prairie View on the road, a team that you played in last year's SWAC championship, who I'm pretty sure would like to repay you a favor for them 2 ass whoopings in 2020. Those gonna be some 3 tough home games for them. 3 tough road games. Seriously.
Yeah.
Bama State, Jackson, and PV. Those are some tough road games.
Yeah, they got the Bama boys back to back. Straight back to back like that. So those first 3 games, coming into conference, it's gonna set you up right because that's all East. If you come out of that, you're sitting pretty because then you just got Valley and Bethune. So your first 3 games in the East, you got to come out swinging and coming off, and you don't know who your coach going to be. Y'all ain't been recruiting at the highest of levels at 7 Hills, the highest of 7 Hills. So we'll see what that looks like.
Starting quarterback, so
that's not, yeah. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and Willie ain't there. At the end of the day, Willie ain't there. All right, so it is what it is. All right, here we go. Elevate. Don't know what that means, but they're using it. All right, home games: Alcorn State, Bethune-Cookman, Prairie View, and A&M. And then you got State for away, UAPB, Jack State, and FAMU. What you got, P?
Ooh, they got some tough road games. They got to go to Bama State, Jackson, and FAMU. Woo. You got Alcorn at home, Bethune, PV. Decent. Nobody, it's Valley. It's decent. They should have a decent home crowd for Alcorn, a decent home crowd for A&M. They beat PV. Wasn't it the last time PV went up there?
They did.
So they beat Alabama A&M the last time A&M had to come out. That's when they painted the field. Remember, they painted the grass or something like that. The grass was painted for the national TV game, and they beat Cornell Main on Thursday.
They sprayed.
Yeah, I remember that. You remember that?
I don't know if they won, but I do remember the game was. I do remember the field was sprayed because it was really
They beat
green.
Cornell Main and Alabama A&M that year. They beat
wow.
at home. So the last two teams they beat Prairie View and Alabama A&M at home. I mean, Bethune-Cookman could be a winnable game for them. I don't know what to expect from Alcorn. That's a pretty solid home schedule for them. It's tough just to play at Itabena, and I guess that's why I'm focusing on. I'm not going to focus on their road games. I'll focus for Itabena because Itabena is tough. No matter how good you think you are, that could be a struggle of a game having to go to Itabena and come out of there.
It definitely can, and we'll see what year 2 looks like for Kendrick Wade and see what he's done there. A couple quarterbacks have dipped on him. He's brought a couple quarterbacks in, so we'll see what that looks like. Out of state looks like this: Tennessee State, Lamar, Murray State, and Nichols. Wow, that's some strong games right there. I like that though.
Yeah,
I like that.
Tennessee State some years back got their ass whooped. Nichols playing 2 SWAC schools this year because they're on Southern schedule as well. So
yeah,
they'll have Valley and Southern at Nichols. So, I mean, this is good for Valley. I like Valley's home chances.
Here we go. Prairie View, fill in the gap because y'all ain't got no fans. That's a perfect line. Fill in the gap because y'all ain't got no fans.
That's basically a cry that's a cry. They saying, bro, where y'all at? Where y'all at? And looking at this is 3 hell of a home game. I mean,
if you can't pack these games out, ain't nobody coming. Okay, if you can't. You got the 3 premier teams, Southern, FAM, and Alcorn, and then you got the State Fair Classic still, because we know y'all Bamas don't, you know what I'm saying? You got the Labor Day Classic, State Fair Classic, so we know y'all Bamas don't, y'all, that's the only games y'all really go to is the neutral site. So, but yeah, you got 3 solid games.
So is FAMU going to be homecoming?
Oh, I know they're not that disrespectful. I know they're not that disrespectful.
It's going to be senior day. Southern is, you're not going to make Southern. That's just they were not going to.
I know they didn't just make FAMU their homecoming. That is so disrespectful. If there's a Prairie View person in the fan, please let me know if they just made them homecoming.
I love it.
That's disrespectful.
That's the case. You were FAMU's homecoming last year, then you had to go back for the SWAC championship. If anything, I'm gonna show FAMU how we do it. Oh, I love it. If that's the case, I hope it is.
That's so disrespectful. He said
I've
they did.
Always asked because Southern. I've always wanted Southern to be Prairie View's homecoming because I keep hearing about Prairie View's homecoming. It's the one game. It's the one time where they say they actually show up and turn up on campus. I've yet to see it because typically I'm somewhere else. But I've always wanted PV and Southern to play for homecoming just so I could see it. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to do homecoming against Southern on September the 21st. So it lines up unless they got somebody non-conference for.
No, I don't think PV. I don't think PV would do that. They're not crazy. Let me see. PV football.
It could be a non-conference game in there.
It got to be because it's no way they'll do that. They ain't crazy. Let me see. 2024. Let's see. It might be. Yeah, it might be.
But they got look. There's a big drop from October the 12th to November the 2nd. Something got to be there.
Oh, something in between there. Yeah, I mean, but I'm looking on the FBS schedule. They got everything else. They got the Northwestern State game, but they just don't have that game. So let me see. Yeah, we'll see. That'd be great. People calling out scores, ain't even hot coach, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so it'll probably be an out of conference game. I know they ain't. I just know they're not that crazy. Okay, I just know y'all not that crazy. First of all, y'all not that crazy. It's just, I mean, y'all smarter than that. Y'all smarter than that. Nobody.
This the year you do it. This the year you do it. Willie Simmons gone. And after what they did to you twice on the road in town, they made Prairie View travel way the hell to the east twice.
Let's not act like Prairie View is sitting pretty right now. They lost their starting quarterback. They got some turnover in their department, people leaving and going to Southern. You know what I'm saying? I think they lost their OC. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of turnover. So we'll see. We'll see how that go.
I
You
like
know what I'm
those
saying?
home games though. Southern FAMU and
Oh,
all.
big time. Oh, they big time. Absolutely big time. If you can't fill your stadium up for that, you don't need to have a football team. I ain't even gonna hold you. If you can't get 450 people for there, what you got, P?
Why does it say neutral for Texas Southern? Like, are they not going to play them at home this year? Didn't they go to Texas Southern last year?
I guess so, but I guess it's a neutral. So I don't know where they'll play it. You know, I don't be following.
But they've been doing home and home, so that's why I'm kind of confused with that. Why it says neutral? Have they decided to move that game to NRG or something?
Maybe they just call it a non-conference game. Maybe, I don't know. No, it's still a conference game. I don't know.
I just want to know why is it neutral and not at home, because they went to Texas Southern last year.
Yeah, he said they play at NRG.
Oh, that's what they're doing this year.
I assume so, because you know it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I got questions. I don't think I want that game at home. Texas Southern, that's a money game. I mean, I guess they maybe got something. I know they used to play at NRG back in the day before they started going home and home once PV got their own stadium and Texas Southern got solidified at the soccer stadium. But yeah, I probably would want that at home.
It's somewhere, but it ain't at home. FAMU 56 enough for homecoming. He said FAMU 56 enough for homecoming.
Yeah, that's the only thing I got a question about on there. I mean, I like their home games. The road games not too tough. I mean, Valley, Pine Bluff, Bama State, your true road games. You're going to Dallas against Grambling. I just want to know what the Texas Southern game, are they moving it off the campuses now and taking it to NRG? Because that should be a home game for Prairie View.
Hopefully it's broadcasted, so we'll see what that looks like. All right. Grambling in their 3 home games. Alcorn State, UAPB, and Alabama State. Listen, that's they ain't the best.
That's about right for them anyway. Grambling people, quiet as kept, don't show up to football games unless it's homecoming. So
that's what I heard. Or if it's a classic. That's what I've heard.
I think I've seen UAPB will be their homecoming game.
Okay.
So October the 19th is going to be homecoming for Grambling.
All righty. The rest of these games
typically that's a well-attended game. It traditionally has been a pretty good game attended. When you go to when you're in Dallas against Prairie View, not a bad road game. To Bethune, Texas Southern, A&M, that could be winnable for you. I mean, those aren't really tough places. Solid. I mean, it'll work. It ain't but this is just letting me know right now I'm not too enthused for SWAC football this year.
For me, it's hard for me to get up, no homo, because the thing is what does these teams look like? There's so much turnover. It's so much turnover in this year in the SWAC. There's no team returning a quarterback outside of Grambling, right? Alcorn State is probably going to go to their secondary guy who was supposed to be their first guy. Grambling has Miles, but you don't know if he's Joseph's guy, right? And then you got Body going to Bama State. You don't know how they're going to use him. FAMU lost their quarterback. Bethune, they went through so many quarterbacks. It was ridiculous. UAPB went through so many quarterbacks. It was ridiculous. Southern has a new coach, new quarterback. UAPB, I mean, you name it. It's just pure chaos. It's pure chaos. So until the spring, Jack State has Jacoby and Morgan, right? So whoop-de-doo, right? And their offense.
They don't even have, they don't even have Jackson this year.
No, they don't. So, my thing is looking outside of it. Texas Southern will start Jace Wilson again, and that ain't saying much, right? So, it just is. Jace Wilson was the backup for Andrew Body when he got hurt. Yeah, so that guy.
I was gonna ask, who are their permanent East Division team? Is it
Grambling?
A&M or is it State? I'm curious about that. I don't know. I never found out Grambling's permanent East team.
I guess they play them as a non-conference game. She said, yes, Grambling has us, so I guess it's a non-conference game.
Oh, man, they need to put that out and start promoting that now. So you mean to tell me Jackson going to play Southern in the non-conference and play Grambling non-conference?
Uh-huh.
If that's
And
the case.
They got ULM. They got ULM, Lane. The other two games is ULM and Lane. So, yeah. So
when you got Southern, because Southern
you got
out their
Grambling.
schedule, so you know Southern is there because Southern has to go to Jackson. So are they confirmed? Are they saying Grambling and Jackson going to be playing in the non-conference game this year?
9-14.
Where is it going to be? Is it going to be home or away?
It's at Grambling. It should, because the last one, remember the first one they played with Hugh Jackson and Dion was at Jackson. So this game should be at Grambling.
Okay. Well, Jackson gonna have 2 games. That's nice then. Okay. All right.
Yes. They're gonna show up for that. Oh, Grambling gonna show up for that one.
Yeah. When Jackson come to town, that's a well-attended game. That's traditionally, especially if you go back and look in the early 2000s. I know we years up now, but man, that used to be a really big game over there in the hole at Grambling State, Grambling and Jackson. I'm glad to see both of them playing each other again if that is the case. I like Grambling versus Jackson.
Says 9-21 at Grambling, Southern and Jackson at the Vet 9-14. So both of them games are non-conference. So they got a ULM, they got a Lane, and then back-to-back SWAC games. So it to me, it kind of falls Jackson State schedule, and we'll get to that. I think they're next, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So they kind of fall in that same realm as Southern did last year, right? Where you have those 2 SWAC games, and if they go bad for you, it doesn't hurt you, but it still makes you look at your schedule like, are you really that good? Right? It was the same thing I kept saying about Southern last year. It's like you lost to SWAC teams, and then you come into SWAC play, and you did well here and there. But to me, like, it still shows you what you're not because of who you lost to. And I think for Jackson, it could be the same situation if they start off on a rocky road against Southern or Grambling, or you lose both games, or you split it. You're like, how good are you? Just because it doesn't hurt your conference, it still shows you where your ceiling is. That's just my personal opinion. But here's Jackson State's schedule.
You know, the fact that I consider now knowing Southern is on the schedule, but it's a non-conference game. But in conference games, this is a snooze fest. UAPB and Valley at home. Well, I'm talking about home games. I mean, you basically got FAMU. So, to me, I don't think that FAMU game is going to be as big as people may think it is. I really don't. I think
I disagree. I think it's going to be huge. I think it's actually going to be huge.
You think FAMU people going to show up?
I think they will.
I don't think they will.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. So, no, I think they will.
You get it. What y'all doing in there?
No. She Key was waving me down. I thought she was trying to tell me something, but I think it's gonna be absolutely huge. I think FAMU people are want to get that experience of what it's like being at the Vet and having this game at the Vet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think FAMU put 2,000 fans in there, man. Me personally.
It's not their job to put. See,
no, I'm not saying it's their job, but I'm just saying I don't think you're gonna have an interest like FAMU definitely brought more than 2,000 people to Miami. And what I'm saying is, I just don't think they're gonna have that same interest. Like, yeah, let's go up to Jackson, like in droves, because that's what you think when you think of FAMU and their fan base. Like, they will show up, right? I just don't think it's gonna be enough interest from the FAMU people to be there in numbers to be like, damn, FAMU showed up today. I don't think it does.
And I hate this. Only in HBCU does it matter if the team travels.
Yes, it does.
Right? It's your home stadium. Fill it up. It is not the other team's job to fill up your stadium. I want to make that very clear. So it shouldn't matter if FAMU only brings 200 people. It's not their job.
I'm not asking them.
I'm responding to the comment.
Okay, yeah.
I'm responding to the comment. Now,
I'm just saying, you know, when you
overall,
sitting on the other side of the bed and you look over and you be like, damn, fam, you so like, you know, all right. That's how I was with the SWAC championship in Prairie View. Even though it was the SWAC championship versus Jackson, I looked around. I was not expecting Prairie View to show up like that. I've never seen Prairie View show up to nothing outside of Houston and maybe Dallas. So for me, as an experience, I was shocked by it. I was like, damn, look, Prairie View in here today. You know, you look around because you see a presence. I mean, and it's not your job as a team, as a visitor team, to show up and pack somebody's stuff out, but you do see a presence. And if tickets are available, people will take your tickets and bring more fans than you to the game. So I've just never, me personally, have not seen FAMU in a position to showcase or to flex that we are a traveling team or with a traveling fan base outside of a classic game and not going to a conference game. I don't know if they have that.
They came out in droves against Alabama State when they played them up in Alabama. They traveled to Southern. They didn't go to Southern.
They didn't show up like that. I mean,
What is like that?
Orange and green, because them ugly colors stand out. Oh, did I say that out loud? Those colors stand out, so you can't help but see orange and green, right? You can't help but see that. Like, okay, that's a FAMU person. Oh, okay, there's a FAMU person, but it wasn't like when I look around, if it's Jackson or Alcorn, I'm like, oh, okay. And I get it. They're closer, right?
I was about to say, come on, bro. This is what we doing.
I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, me personally, I want to see, and I guess at the end of the day, let me put it in layman's terms. I'm looking to see, does FAMU have that travel factor to them in the conference? And if there's going to be a game that's going to showcase a travel factor, I think this one, because on the flip side, when Jackson State go to FAMU next year, I think Jackson State shows up in droves to FAMU.
I bet you they don't. I bet you it'll be. I was at the SWAC championship. It will be the same situation that PV was. They're gonna have a slither, and the rest of it's gonna be FAMU. That's literally what, because FAMU takes pride in filling up his own stadium, so they don't need you. You're not going to have the space that you think you're going to have when you're trying to bring. Now they might tailgate, they might be outside, they might got. But I'm telling you right now, when the tables turn and Jackson has to go to FAMU, they're going to have a slither of the pie on the far end of the stadium, and the rest of that joke is going to be orange and green.
Man,
period.
Look, even when Southern went there and packed it out, we broke FAMU's attendance record in 2019, right? Southern had our people in that corner with the band, but you better believe, I don't know how them people be finding ways to get within their stadium, and all them, they there throughout the stadium. You'll see pockets of them. So Jackson State will find a way to get in there. Trust me. They will find a way to get in there. It ain't just going to be you stuck to that corner. They going to find a way. I just don't think FAMU has that travel factor. This will be a game that I would want to see FAMU's travel factor the same way people have talked about Southern and Jackson, and FAMU being in that big three of home attendance. But I want to see what can they do on the road. And no, it's not their job to fill nobody's stadium, but I want to see, will they make a presence be known to say, hey, we here today. I'm curious to see that with them.
I saw good little people coming to Valley. So I'm like, listen, if that was coming from Tallahassee or wherever to come to Valley in Enabina, hey, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they come, if they in the vet, and I think it'll be a great experience. I really wish Willie was still coaching, because I'll tell you right now, I believe, honest to God, if Willie was still coaching, they would pack it up.
I think so, especially if it was Willie and Dion.
Oh, of course they would have done that. I mean, that would have been a guarantee. But I think if Willie was still coaching, that thing would have been stupid.
Who's
because
homecoming? Is Pine Bluff homecoming?
I think they are. Yeah, I think UAPB is homecoming.
Damn, UAPB, another homecoming. Grambling and Jackson's homecoming. Ooh.
So yeah, I think it would have been absolutely pandemonium.
Yeah, we need to talk about that too. The homecoming tours, how disrespectful that is when you start to have multiple teams in the conference schedule one team in particular over and over and over for homecoming. Hold on, aren't they all Alcorn's homecoming too? wait. UAPB is Alcorn's homecoming?
Yeah. Let me see.
Gremlins homecoming.
Let me see. Alcorn. Gremlins.
And then Jackson.
And then Jackson's.
Whoa.
Well, they're passing them around, ain't they?
Whoa.
Passing them around.
Old school set out.
Passing it around. Hey, you want to hit this?
Hey.
All right, here we go.
Hey, bro. Hey, just going in, hey.
They said, are they Southern's homecoming too? I don't think y'all homecoming that late, 11-16?
No, we playing Alcorn for homecoming.
Alcorn. Oh, that should be good. That should be good. But y'all always say I remember when I went there for the last game, you said Alcorn doesn't go to Southern, but y'all go to Alcorn, something like that. Like it's
Alcorn shows up to Baton Rouge.
Okay.
No, they because a lot of Alcornites live in Baton Rouge. The crazy thing, because Alcorn is only about an hour and a half from here, 2 hours at max, depending on how you drive. Proximity, they are really close. A lot of people that go to Alcorn are from right here in the Baton Rouge area. Look at G, prime example.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
It's just far enough to where you can be away from home, but then you can come back home if you're from Baton Rouge.
No, I think somebody told me, because I went to the Alcorn game and somebody was like, this game isn't as big as you thought it was going to be. It's kind of like that matchup. Like it's not, because I thought going to that game, because I went to the Southern Alcorn game a couple years. Prairie View. I'm sorry, it was Southern and Prairie View. That's the one. No, was it Prairie View?
Yeah.
No, it was Alcorn.
So it was Alcorn. Is always one hell of a game. Like regardless of how much better who the other team is. I mean, you look at 18 and 19 when both teams played for the SWAC championship. I mean, that game was huge. We played them for homecoming in 2018 in Baton Rouge. It was a big game. And then we went to them 3 times after that. I think it was just the fact that we went to Alcorn so many times.
That's what Jay Bax told me. He said it's bigger in Alcorn. Like it's a better experience. Like if this game is at Alcorn than it was at Southern. That's what he told me. He did tell me something.
The stadium being smaller give you more of a personal feel. Because Southern, you're gonna be spread out, right? The stadium on both sides is big. At Alcorn, you really feel the power of the 2 fan bases because you're in a smaller, more condensed stadium, and then you get to see the hill being filled up on both sides. And one time they used to put up a stands just for that game in the end zone. You know, they haven't done it the past couple times, but it just gives you that feel when you just look around like, damn, all right, people in here today. That's why I think it gives you that. Then Alcorn being on the reservation, it's just something different because you have to be there all day to show up to be able to get
early. You gotta be there early.
This year, I got on campus at Alcorn at about 5:30, 6 o'clock that morning.
You got to, man. Sleep in your car, wake up about 9, 10, walk around, do your thing. These home games are ass, Perry. Like I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Bethune-Cookman.
I see Alcorn and Bethune.
Yeah, and Bethune. These jokers is ass. Now I don't know if that. Oh no, the Southern game is the Southern and Jackson game is at the Vet, so you don't have that.
Well, you had a bunch of home games last year. That was the thing for Southern. I mean, you had Jackson at home last year. You had FAMU at home last year. Who else was at home? You had PV at home last year. You had Texas Southern at home last year. You know, so this is going to be the new way of it. Yeah, we have Nichols at home too. This is going to be the new way where you're going to have 1 year with all the games at home, and then you're going to have a year, which I'm cool with this. Nobody's going to go to Bethune-Cookman. Wait, Bethune-Cookman at home. Never mind, I take that back. That's in Baton Rouge. I'm looking.
Yeah, the away game. The away games are Prairie View, Texas Southern, FAMU, and A&M. Those are your away games.
Prairie View and Texas Southern gonna jump. Southern people in Houston love. We'll pack out a Prairie View stadium. We'll show up for a Texas Southern game. What you laughing about?
Yeah, those Texas Southern days. You know, when Andrew was running wild.
Yeah, he was running wild. He was running wild in Dallas, though. You know, it wasn't in Houston.
Go ahead.
But then I'm looking forward to the FAMU game. I went to the FAMU game. not the last time we played, but in 2019. I had a hell of a time. That was a really good time out there. I may make the A&M game. I don't know. That's the one school I haven't been to in the SWAC. So, yeah, you don't like that Alcorn, Bethune, and UAPB. Nah, it ain't too exciting. But Southern fans like to travel anyway. So if you're looking for a travel schedule, the fact that you got Houston twice and FAMU, that sets up that's a pretty nice travel schedule for Southern fans.
And I mean, at the end of the day, you guys got like a Terrence Graves, your coach, just Eric Dooley and stuff like that. So it's a bounce back year for y'all, just fan base wise. You know what I'm saying? So
then we go to Jackson. So Jackson, 2 Houston trips, and FAMU. Hey, I know a lot of people don't harp about road games, but people at Southern, they love road games, right? We like to show up to other people's stadiums in droves and kind of, quote unquote, take it over, drink all your liquor, eat all your food type mindset, show you our presence. This is a good year to do that, to drink up everybody else liquor and eat their food. This is a good year to do that.
All right, and last but not least, Texas Southern. We are Texas Southern. That's their mantra. And y'all's was proud on. Dumb. Absolutely dumb. Prairie View, neutral site, Jackson State at home, Southern at home, Grambling State at home, but throwing Cookman out, man. It's some big time home games. And back to back too. That's some big time home games. I think their homecoming might be Grambling. Yeah, I think their homecoming would be Grambling. I don't think they'd be crazy enough to do Southern.
Now, they'll go schedule like North America or some. Texas Southern don't never schedule a Division I opponent. They go play what's the school Hakeem
I don't either. This is the first time I done seen y'all schedule somebody real since every time it's Lincoln. It's either Lincoln, Lane, or some random school for your home.
Stop it. Era is why they did that. They made that with Eric Dooley. Because before Eric Dooley got here, we played Prairie View for homecoming. Then before that, we played Alcorn for homecoming. Then it was Alabama A&M for homecoming. Pine Bluff. So traditionally, that was just those 2 years you saw they was trying to make the schedule soft enough for Eric Dooley. That's all you saw that for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But Texas Southern traditionally does not play a SWAC school for homecoming. They will go schedule. They the one I think put everybody on the Lincoln route. Hey, like, bro, I got a little set out. Y'all can hit too if y'all want, bro. Like, hey, I've been knocking it down for the past, like, bro. Like, you can get some of that. Lynchburg, and all in North America. What? They the originals on putting you on who you can get for the cheap. Texas Southern for real.
Woo! Boy, you stupid. Boy, you is stupid.
Because, they always play their homecoming game at home. They don't play in the soccer stadium for homecoming. So it's typically a smaller school so they can have that game experience at home at that home stadium they have.
Was it not the SWAC jump off?
I'll check Southern to let you know which one. You looking around the room like, oh, boy, hey, let me tell you about that one right there, boy. Bent it, spent it, and got up in it, boy. I'm talking about if you want it, bro, I'm telling you. Just go get the number, bro.
Protect yourself. All right, protect yourself. That's all I was saying. Protect yourself. Yeah. Hey, boy, you stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Last thing before we get up out of here. NFL Super Sunday. You got Detroit versus San Fran. B-More versus Kansas City. What you got, P?
What about the predictions? We didn't put the predictions up today?
I ain't even get the graphics. But we both went.
I think I went.
We both. You picked Kansas City?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I picked Buffalo.
I definitely did.
Yeah. Okay. 4-0, 3-1.
So in 2 weeks, I've lost one game.
Yeah, you have.
What's that?
You need to carry that. You need to carry that over for the SWAC season.
Well, these teams, these is a little bit easier to predict than a damn SWAC. So you never know what the hell you gonna get on a Saturday. And the SWAC, boy, you think you gonna get a dub from a team, and they just like a Texas Southern over Alcorn. Who saw that?
I did.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, you didn't. If Andrew Body was playing. Like when Alabama A&M went on the road and whooped up on Grambling, I didn't see Alabama State going on the road to beat Jackson State. Like, it's just.
Oh, I picked Alabama State. I picked Alabama State. I did pick that. I did pick that. I picked that. But
all right, where we at with the NFL? We going last week or we talking about this week?
Oh no, we're going this week.
Okay, because there was some hell of a games last week. I mean, let's look at who you going first. Chiefs and Baltimore.
Yeah, I got Baltimore. I think. Listen, Patrick Mahomes. I just told Key, I was like, that dude's life would be perfect if his wife wasn't his wife. Like, it's like nothing goes wrong for this Bama. Nothing goes, like, everything goes right. He been the starter for 6 years. They've been in the AFC Championship 6 times. Just absolutely amazing. But this year, my boy Lamar Jackson's going to have something to say. He's at home in B-More. I got to go Lamar on that one.
So a crazy stat that I heard, for 13 straight years, that divisional conference game has either had Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady in it. For 13 straight years, Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady has played for that divisional championship. But I mean, you look at Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs struggled at midpoint in the season. I would not have thought they had gotten this far. But you can't count Patrick Mahomes out. Last week, they got the victory over the Bills 27-24. He passed for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and his target, Travis Kelce, 5 receptions, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes has passed for over 4,000 yards on the season, 27 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. You look at Travis Kelce, his target, 984 yards on the season and 5 touchdowns. On the other side, Lamar Jackson, though, has to win. There's no doubt about it. He's the MVP of the league.
Absolutely.
Considering what he did, the Ravens got past C.J. Stroud in Houston 34-10. Lamar Jackson in that ball game missed the do-it-all. 16 of 22 for 152 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, and then 11 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's, of course, the leading passer, the quarterback, but he's also the leading rusher on the team with 821 rushing yards on the season and 5 touchdowns. He passed for 3,678 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Zay Flowers, 858 yards in that on the season for them in reception and 5 touchdowns. Baltimore is at a -3.5 in the spread. I think that's close enough. I'm going to go with Baltimore in this one. I think Lamar Jackson gives them the edge in this one. And it's tough because if it's 2 teams I like the most in NFL, I like the Chiefs and I like the Ravens. I just hate both the black quarterbacks got to play each other where it's going to single out only one to be in the Super Bowl. That's the only thing I hate about this one. I would have loved to watch San Francisco versus Baltimore in the Super Bowl, but I'm looking for Lamar to go ahead and get over the hump because more importantly, why I'm cheering for the Ravens, it was everything they said Lamar could not be. It was everything that they said he could not do, especially when it came to the playoffs, when it came to his ability to lead a team as a quarterback. And just think, Scotty, when he was holding out to get his contract, every team in the league basically said they didn't want him.
They didn't want him.
How much of a slap in the face to where they looked at this guy and said he's not good enough to lead my team and was okay with whoever they had. To the point he structured his own contract, which most importantly why they was hating and mad because you cut out the middleman and now here you are showing ownership for yourself. But nonetheless, everybody said they didn't want him. It was a slap in the face. Now look at him, has his team in a divisional conference title, and I hope he go all the way, bro. Simply because the fact that, and let's not even talk about the so-called draft experts that were saying he should convert to wide receiver. He's just an athlete. The guy has shown times, and even with the performance, I mean, think about the span of run that they've been on. They blown out the 49ers. They blown out the Dolphins. I mean, anybody that got in front of them, the one game I think they did lose was that last regular season of the game, which Lamar set. But other than that, they have been completely dominant. And people are still questioning in the media world because I feel, because he's black, that there's no doubt that Lamar Jackson isn't the MVP. Lamar Jackson, hands down, is the MVP.
I think it's a bit of both, right? Because he's black, but it's how he does it and how it looks. It's the same thing when people put Cam Newton in that same box and they try to disparage his awards and his accolades because they like to take away his running ability, right? Like, oh, but he didn't throw for this. It's like he doesn't have to just depend on his arm. he's great enough to run. I can run 2 touchdowns. I can run for 100 yards. I can throw for 175. However you want it, no homo, I can give it to you, right? So the thing for me is instead of them looking at it as a complete asset, it's, oh, we just want a quarterback to throw. Because the funny thing is, Patrick Mahomes doesn't get half of the slack that Lamar does, and Patrick runs. He runs very well. He just does it in a different way, but he runs really well. And some of the most back-breaking plays by Patrick Mahomes comes when he gets out the pocket, and he does them little scurries for 15 or 20 yards. You be like, 3rd and 7, he running for 15. You be like, God damn.
Did that happen last year in the playoffs?
Man, how many times? How many times? He does it all the time. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5. Here you go, scurrying out the backside, and he gets 10, 12, 15, 20-yard runs. And I'm like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how it looks for Lamar. It looks different. And I want to be very clear. What makes a Ravens team deadly and dangerous is because they've always been a defensive-minded program. And that defense is humming. I'm talking about Roquan Smith is leading them boys like nobody's business. And you add the explosive capabilities of a Lamar Jackson, a Gus Edwards, Zay Flowers, all them guys who rocking with Lamar and they going full speed ahead. Crazy.
Just imagine if they can just get Odell Beckham to get in one game of old Odell. That's all. Just one game, one spark of old Odell. And I'm gonna tell you why I really like, because if people knew me, you know what I love. I love dual threat quarterbacks. I love quarterbacks that run. I love quarterbacks that can throw. That's my pleasure. I love those type of guys, bro. I love dual threats. And the fact that Michael Vick is my all-time favorite NFL player, right? That's because I grew up in the age of watching him change the game tremendously by being the quarterback that can do it with his legs. And the next closest thing to that, to me, of what I've seen, there's been a lot of guys that have come and gone, but Lamar Jackson, he has that next level Michael Vick to him. And man, it's exciting to watch for me. And I love to watch quarterbacks be able to get it done with their legs if they can.
No, and I believe he can. And the thing about people sleep on Lamar, he gets it done with his arm too. Like,
oh, man.
He be dropping some dimes. You know what I'm saying? So let's not act like the Bama can't throw. And people don't understand he came out one of the hardest offensive systems with Bo Petrino in Louisville. So it is. Oh, was Bobby Petrino? Was it Bobby Petrino at that time? Yeah, Bobby Petrino. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying? It is.
Unfortunately, he messed up, but that's my boy.
All right, Detroit and San Fran.
Hold on, who'd you say you was going with?
I went Baltimore. I went Baltimore on that one.
I'm a. Do they listen to go-go music in Baltimore?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can play some right now if you want me to.
I'm good. I thank you.
Woo! Ain't nothing like some good go-go. No. I'm sorry. They listen to Baltimore club music. They don't listen. They like go-go is a DMV thing. Some Baltimore people listen to it, but mostly they listen to Baltimore club music. That's the real like fast, like kind of like the. Yeah. Like, you know, I know it's time for the percolator.
Yeah.
It's time for the perk. That's like Baltimore club music stuff. So a little different. But Detroit versus San Fran. I think we're probably gonna be split on this one. I'm rolling with Detroit.
Ooh.
I like Detroit, man. I really do. Jamar Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Jared Goff dishing it out. That word grit means something for them. When they say we play with grit, it means something. And that defense on the opposite side is like that, man. Like San Fran is literally Christian McCaffrey or bust, right? Because to me, I don't think Brock Purdy's that special, but he just puts the ball where it's supposed to be. And I think they're going to have enough pressure on him to get it. And I think Detroit's a better version of Green Bay. I really do. Right? They got a more seasoned quarterback. They got a better run game. They got a more solid defense. So I'm going Detroit on this one. I got it being a close game, but I got Detroit by 3. And they've been used to seeing they've been in so many close games. They know how to pull them out. So
This is a tough one. Jared Goff last week in that 31-23 victory over Tampa Bay went for 30 or 43 for 287 yards and 2 touchdowns. Amon St. Brown, 8 receptions for 77 yards and a touchdown. But then you look on the other side for the 49ers, they got a close victory over Green Bay, 24-21. Brock Purdy, 23 of 39 for 252 yards and a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 17 carries, 98 yards and 2 touchdowns. And George Kittle, 4 receptions, 81 yards and a touchdown. I look at Goff. I look at Montgomery. Montgomery is a 1,000-yard rusher for the Lions himself, 13 touchdowns. You look at Amon St. Brown, 1,515 yards on the season, 10 touchdowns. Brock Purdy is nothing more to me than a great game manager. Just what he is, right? You feed the beast, and when it's time for you, I ask for you, all right? He's passed for 4,280 yards on the season with 31 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Jared Goff, 4,575 yards on the season, 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So, to be honest, they're about what and what when you look at the QBR, right? But Christian McCaffrey, as you said, this is his team offensively. 1,459 yards, rushing 14 touchdowns. I'd be curious to see if Deebo Samuels get back from injury. I'm not sure. I haven't heard the injury update in terms of how bad his injury is, but you know, between Christian McCaffrey and being able to feed the ball off to Kittle, I like the Lions. I like the Lions defense a lot. I really do. I like what Jared Goff is able to do. But I think some type of way it's just meant for the 49ers to win this thing. I think it's going to be a Ravens 49ers event for the Super Bowl. The 49ers are a -7 point in the spread. I'm going to roll with that. I'm going to take the 49ers over the Lions in this one. Something tell me just some type of way, like last week how the 49ers got past Green Bay, they will find a way somewhere at the end of this game to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing with Detroit. They just find a way to win games, right? Like they find it's like something's got to give in this situation. And what I will say is I don't think Green Bay is going to make the same mistakes that they did. That Green Bay is going to make the same mistakes. Detroit is going to make the same mistakes that Green Bay did, right? Like the one thing you cannot do in the game against 49ers is let Christian McCaffrey go off. Like if you don't do nothing else, you got to go into a game saying Brock Purdy going to beat me. Like you can't let Christian McCaffrey get off. You just can't let it happen. And I think coming into the game, and I know they got Detroit has a lot of injuries at the linebacker position, so that's very key for them. I think they lost 2 linebackers in that game against Tampa Bay. But I don't think that Detroit is going to come into this game and allow Christian McCaffrey to get off. It's going to have to be Brock Purdy is going to have to beat Detroit, and they're going to have to show him. You know what I'm saying? I think Campbell is okay with saying, "Hey, Brock Purdy, if you throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, you deserve the win."
What was interesting last week, Detroit only gave up 89 rushing yards to Tampa Bay. But overall in the stat, Tampa Bay in total yards got more yards than Detroit, 408 total yards. It was just those 2 costly turnovers
by Baker.
Yep.
Yeah.
If Purdy cannot turn the ball over and play an efficient day like you asked, if you take those 2 turnovers, Tampa Bay has a chance in that ball game, a legit chance. But it's those turnovers are crucial. That's what you're going to look for in this game with Purdy. Can he be an efficient game manager in the role that he in and not turn the ball over? Baker felt like he had to do a lot more to be a game manager. So I understand when you put into that position. He don't have that same depth of talent that I feel the 49ers have. It may look good at Tampa Bay, but that talent is not the same. Although Mike Evans went the hell off for 8 receptions, 147 yards, and a touchdown versus that Detroit's defense, right? And that's why I think a Kittle can come in when you just need to get the ball out. You need to get those yards, and Kittle can turn a small play into a big play if you allow him. And then Christian McCaffrey, he's a better runner than anybody that Tampa Bay has in their running back room. So I think that 89 yards you saw the Lions hold Tampa Bay to, they're going to have a tougher day having to deal with Christian McCaffrey. This sets up for a hell of a game, but I just feel the 49ers find a way to get it done, man. I really do.
The Mike Evans situation, I mean, like, let's be real. Mike Evans has had 1,000-yard receiving year every year he's been in the NFL. I think this is year 10 or year 11 for him that he's gone for 1,000 yards. The first player to ever do that. My thing is I think he's a different situation than a George Kittle, right? Because I can isolate on the backside of Mike Evans just going one-on-one with somebody and him being 6'4", 6'5", and just being a monster, right? I think George Kittle is deceptive as he is. I still think you can kind of contain him with safeties and linebackers and stuff like that. But it really comes down to the D-line, right? Can you get pressure on Brock Purdy on passing downs, and can you keep him in long 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 9s? Because that's where Ryan Shanahan can't be his most creative. He has to just line up and, hey, my guy needs to go make a play. But when you're 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, that's where you see the creativity of Mike Shanahan, the jet sweeps and the fake jet sweep and toss back and play action. Yeah, you can get all that because you can run or you can pass. But when you get them 3rd and longs and you got Aiden Hutchinson coming for you, James Houston coming for you, you know what I'm saying? Those linebackers coming for you is going to look a little different. So, but yeah, you got San Fran and Baltimore. I got Detroit and Baltimore. Hopefully, Detroit pulls it out for me. All right, anything else before we get up out of here, Pete?
Good show.
Man, appreciate it, guys. Listen, like I said, guys, this is gonna be my last show for some time. Got some stuff going on, so I'll get with you guys when I can. Make sure everybody has a wonderful week, and listen, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'ma holla. God bless.